Hey 7th graders, I'm going to show you the next step in creating our collages on Google Drawing. Now that I've showed you several of the tools inside Google Drawing, I want to show you how to bring photos from Google and other places onto your project. So here's what we're going to do. In the top right hand corner, I'm going to press the plus sign and we're going to go to Google. I'm just going to select Google, or you can type it into your browser. And then once you're to Google, I want you to search for images that represent you. What type of images help define you as a person, or what are your interests? Something about me is I really like basketball. Basketball has been a part of my life ever since I was a little kid. So I want to put a basketball on my collage. Alright, I typed in basketball and now I have a bunch of articles about basketball. That's not what I want. I want images. So below my basketball search, I'm going to select images. Alright, so now I have a bunch of basketball images, but several of them have backgrounds. And I'm not going to want backgrounds because I think it's going to make my collage look kind of trashy. So what I want is a transparent background. So here's what I'm going to do. Images is highlighted in blue. Go over to the right, you'll see news, shopping, videos, more, settings, and tools. I'm going to select tools. Now this little pop-up came up and it says color. I'm going to select color and I'm going to select transparent. Now only transparent images are going to show up. I'm going to select one I would like to use, I like this one. Now that I selected it, you can see that over here on the right hand side, it has this checkered pattern behind it, and that means that the background is transparent or clear. It won't show up as a white box or any other color. It'll be clear background and only the basketball will show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, click and hold, and I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to go back to my drawing project and I'm going to click. Well, first you have to select this arrow here. I'm going to click, double click, and I'm going to paste it. Select paste. Alright, so now this basketball is in here and you can see that it has a clear background. Nothing will show up. And my background is still clear on my project, but if I had a different color behind here, it would be, you can see that the background is clear and it shows through, if that makes sense. Alright, so you can move it around, do whatever you want. You can make it bigger or smaller by just grabbing one of the corners and dragging it just like our shapes before. Like this. Okay, I like that size. That looks good to me. Also, okay, look, it's on top of my name, but I want it to be behind my name. So what I'm going to do is go up to the top here and I'm going to click Arrange. And then I'm going to select Order and I'm going to send it to the back. So now you see it's sent to the back. That means anything I have will be on top of it. So you can arrange things and layer things however you want them. So maybe I want my arrow all the way in the back. Let's see, I'm trying to grab it, hold on. Alright, I'm going to move it here, and right now it's behind Mrs. Shar, but it's ahead of the basketball. So I'm going to arrange it, and I'm going to select Order, and I'm going to send to back. Look at that. Now the basketball is in the middle, the arrow is behind, and Mrs. Shar is on top. Alright, so now that we know how to do that, let's go back here. And the reason I want you to do this is because I don't think it looks good when there's a bunch of squares pasted on your project. I don't want this, and here's what I don't want. I'm going to open up a new one and go to Google, and we'll try something else. Let's say I have a cat, so I'm going to put a cat on my project. Go to Images, and I'm not going to select Transparent, and I'm going to pick one. And I'm going to put it in my project. That did not work. Undo. I don't know why that happened. Okay. Copy. Paste. I did it again. Okay, let's pick a different one. All right, look at this. So now it's got this square because it has a background, and if you start putting a bunch of squares together, it's not gonna look good. So let's say I take off transparent and do any color with my basketball, and now I want this one. Even though it has a white background, it's going to look funny when you have a bunch of images together. Look at, instead of being transparent like this one, this square is going to block stuff. It's going to look bad. So that's why we want it transparent. Another very important detail is when you do have it on transparent, you cannot just copy from this main Google page, because basically these are just replica images that Google have created to make it to make them all look the same. You have to actually go here when you can see the checkered background, and you have to copy it from here. Okay, you cannot copy it from here. Otherwise it will, if I copy from here, or I click, it won't even let me copy from there. Maybe that's a good thing. Perfect. Well, it's not even a problem on the iPad. That is an issue, though, that we fall into a lot when we're on a MacBook or a desktop. So if you are working on a computer and not on your iPad, keep that in mind, that you cannot copy your image from the main page of Google. You have to actually select it, and once you select it, you go over to the image on the side here, and then you copy it and you bring it into your project. Okay? So I don't like these ones. I want to delete them. Goodbye. I can click on it and I can rotate it if I want. I can change the order this way, send to backwards, bring to front, if that's easier for you. Or I can crop it, which means I can make it smaller or bigger, and that would just take a part of the image. See, now it's cropped. But really what I want to do is cut. I want to get rid of it. I want to cut. Okay, because I think that all of our projects will look a lot better if we use these transparent backgrounds. Another thing I want you guys to keep in mind is I want you guys to be layering. I don't want a bunch of images, just one here, and then fill up the page. I want to see layers. I want to see that you guys have used these techniques and tools that I was talking about. So make sure you are layering your images. That is all for now. On the next one, I'll probably show you how to finish up your project and upload it.